This comes from the Associated Press. Are you ready? An unidentified wingless object traveling at high speed passed dangerously close to a Swiss Air jetliner, a 747, a Boeing 747, flying between Philadelphia and Boston, according to the airline on Friday. The pilot and co-pilot gave U.S. investigators different descriptions of the object that passed about, get this folks, 50 yards from the Boeing 747 after it had taken off from Philadelphia on August 9th. The pilot told the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board that the object was long and wingless. Co-pilot said it was more spherical. The incident took place at 23,000 feet. The plane's final destination was Zurich, Switzerland. That is from the Associated Press. So it looks like a 747 just had a close encounter with something. All right, here we go. Bob Lazar is the ex-government scientist who in 1989 came forward with the fact that he had been part of a team of scientists who back-engineered extraterrestrial disks, flying saucers, in other words, at a base known as S4, some 15 miles south of the infamous Area 51 at Groom Lake. Bob's story is the main reason behind the state of Nevada changing the name of Nevada State Highway 375, the highway to Area 51 or S4, to its new name, the Extraterrestrial Highway. Indeed. Bob currently runs a company that manufactures and repairs alpha radiation detectors. He also creates CGI computer-generated graphics and simulations for technical and legal demonstration videos, for which he uses his mainframe supercomputer, which, by the way, is the second fastest computer in the state of Nevada, second only to the one at Nellis Air Force Base. Bob also has a small photo processing lab in his home. In his spare time, Bob does pyrotechnical and rocket research and throws Desert Blast, his annual fireworks blowout, at the Nevada desert. And if memory serves, he also fools around with alternative fuels for cars. He comes this morning with Gene Huff, Bob's longtime friend and business partner, who is the writer and co-producer of the Lazar tape. Gene is a real estate appraiser and screenwriter. His screenplay S4, the Bob Lazar story, has recently been optioned and was chosen over 3 other screenplays on the Lazar story, written by writers Jim Cresson, I guess that's right, Cresson or Cresson, who wrote The Morning After, with Jeff Bridges and Jane Fonda, Roy Carlson, who wrote China Moon, with Ed Harris and Madeline Stowe, and David Rabe, I guess it would be, Rabe, who wrote Casualties of War with Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox, and co-wrote The Firm with Tom Cruise and Gene Hackman. So, this is quite a coup, obviously, for an entry-level screenwriter. But then again, Gene has had the inside track. Good morning, Bob. Are you there?
I'm here.
And Gene, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Bob, is it really true? It had to have been 4, maybe 5 years ago that I interviewed you in concert with John Lear.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember that. My friends tell me I have about the worst memory that can be had, but from what I recall, years ago I remember John Lear apparently booking me on your show and never telling me about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I don't,
and then
I really don't remember ever doing the show. No,
there was a time, maybe even a couple of years before that, when we had you on for a short while.
Art, I think he called in.
That was it.
He called in when Lear was on the show. Right?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I don't even remember that, but I'll take everyone's word for it.
All right. Well, in fact, we now have such a gigantic audience out there that hardly anybody knows who you are, Bob, except for, of course, ufologists and so forth, who would be very familiar with your story. So the great majority of the audience, 99%, have no idea who Bob Lazar is. Now, I guess that means we have to begin at the beginning with regard to how you... Well, first of all, Bob, you're a physicist, correct?
Mm-hmm. Or was at the time.
Was at the time, yeah. How did you become involved with, or begin to get involved with, whatever it is out there at Area 51, or is specifically S4?
Well, let me try and give you the Reader's Digest version. Some years ago, I was working at Los Alamos National Labs in New Mexico. One particular day, I was going down to the lecture hall to hear Edward Teller speak, who, as most people know, is the father of the hydrogen bomb.
Yes. I
got down there a little early because I wanted to get in, assuming there was going to be a crowd of people, and actually, to my surprise, there was hardly anyone there. Coincidentally, that day, the local newspaper in town, the Monitor, had printed a front-page article on me. And right outside the lecture hall was Dr. Teller reading the front page of the paper. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to introduce myself and just say hi.
Absolutely.
It was just a casual meeting, and the only reason I bring it up is years later I had moved out of Los Alamos after I quit working for the lab. I opened up my own business that did some contract work for the lab, and also started a one-hour photo shop for my wife that she ran there. We later moved out of Los Alamos to Las Vegas, and again, some time later, I decided, I had missed working in the scientific community, so I decided to get back in and send out resumes. I sent them out really all over the place to the places where I'd essentially like to live more. I really don't remember where else, but one of the other resumes I sent was to Dr. Teller's attention, and I had referenced our meeting back then. A short time later, I got a call from him, and he did remember me, to my surprise, and said we might have a position you're interested in. I said, great. I went down and was interviewed. At that time, there were a couple EG&G buildings by McCarran Airport out here.
I recall
in Las Vegas.
Yes.
I really don't know what's there now. Someone tells me there's still one building, but there used to be two before they expanded the airport. One was special projects, and I don't know what the other one was. But in either case, I was told to go down there for an interview. The interview was relatively short, and I really don't remember specifically what the job entailed, but they told me I was basically overqualified and would become bored with it in a short time. I said, fine, but they said, we might have something else in the future for you. I said, fine, okay, and basically went back home.
Figuring they had blown you off.
Right. I really don't remember what the job was, but it didn't really even sound too exciting to me, so it really didn't ring my bell at that point.
Do you recall anything about a technician level or something that would have been boring?
I really don't. Remember this, when I go through most of this stuff, people are amazed, boy, how come you can't remember these facts? This is a, fantastic point in your life, and but, it's also a decade old now, and it's hard to remember specifics here and there. However,